All right. Let's take a look at the way that the book and the curriculum want us to do this. Example A. Refer to the directed line segment Maria and Eric plotted on the coordinate grid. Find the coordinates of point O that lies along the line segment from M11 to C76 and partitions the segment into a ratio 3:2. Step 1, find the percent. Point O is 3 over 3 plus 2 because it's a ratio. 3 to 3 to 2. So it would be 3 over 5 because the two pieces added together is 5. Or 60% of the distance from point M to point C. Compute the slope. The slope of MC here is 6 minus 1 equals 5, and 7 minus 1, which is 6. So the rise is 5 and the run is 6. It says determine the coordinates of point O. Since points M, O, and C are all collinear, meaning they lie on the same line, they must all have the same slope. It says find the x-coordinate of point O by multiplying the run of the slope by 60% and adding this value to the x-coordinate. X-coordinate of point O was 6 times 0.6 because that's my x-coordinate of M. And the 60% was my slope. I meant my percentage, the 3:2 ratio, okay? Added to 1. That equals 4.6. Sorry. This is my run. This is the percent. And this was the initial x value. Okay. They did the same thing to find the y value. My run was 5. We have a percentage and my initial y value. So the ordered pair is going to be 4.6, 4. This is very similar to the way that I worked this in question 4. I added back to the initial amount. The only thing I didn't do was I didn't find a percent. I just divided by 4. So we would have done a multiplication of 0.25. It says, find the coordinate of point T that lies half of the way along the directed line segment from B, which is 2, 0, to C, which is 6, 4. All right, we're going to do the way that they thought about this, okay? They first calculated, well, our percentage is 0.5. We don't have a ratio. We're given a fraction. So our percentage is 0.5. Now it asked us to compute the slope. Well, the slope would be 4 minus 0 over 6 minus 2. So 4 over 4. So rise, run. Now remember, rises always affect your y values, and your run affects your x values. Here, what they did was they said, we're starting at B, okay? That's our starting place. So we're going to do our run, which is 4, times our percent, which is 0.5, added to the original x value, which was 2. Well, 4 times 0.5 is 2. And 2 plus 2 is 4. So my x-coordinate is going to be 4. Let's take a look at our y-coordinate. Our y-coordinate, I'm going to start with our run. Our run is 4. Sorry, our rise. I wrote it down on this other paper wrong. My bad. Anyways, the rise is also 4 times this percent of 0.5. And our starting value for our y was 0. 4 times 0.5 is 2. And 2 added to 0 is 2. So our ordered pair will be 4, 2. Now, I'm going to draw this out over here so I can kind of see this. This should be halfway along the way, right? Say our xy axis is here, right? So we go over 2, up 0. This is point B. Point C is going to be over 6. That's 2, 4, 6, 2, 4. C. Okay? I plot these 2 points with a line, connecting them, right? And I'm looking for the halfway point, right? Right there, which is 4, 2. Point S lies along a directed line segment from A, which is at 2, 0, to R, which is at 6, 4. Point S partitions the segment into a ratio of 1 to 3. This is a ratio. So this is where we have to do the 1 over 1 plus 3. So we're dividing this into a fourth of the way. Okay? Well, a fourth of the way is the same thing as writing 0.25%, right? Now what we're going to do is we are going to start off by finding so here's our percentage. That was the first step, right? The second step is to do our rise over run. So 4 minus 0 over 6 minus 2. Well, that's a 4 over 4 again. Wow. Okay. Rise, run. Finding our x-coordinate. X-coordinate is going to be our run, because that's what changes with our x. So 4 times our percent. So run times our percentage plus x1, the initial x value. Then we would have our rise times our percent plus our initial y value. Okay, that's basically the setup here. Our initial x value is 0. 2. 4 times 0.25 is 1, and 1 plus 2 is going to be 3. That's my x. Let's look for our y. Y is our rise, 4, times our percent of 0.25, plus our initial y, which is 0. This is 1 plus 0, which is 1. So the ordered pair here is 3, 1. Now, again, I can draw a picture to double check my work here. Here's my XY axis. We're going to start off by plotting 2, 0. Then we're going to plot 6, 4. This time we are only going 1/4 of the way. So we would go 1/4 of the way would be right here. From here to here. This is one part of the way. This is the other 3 parts. So it's got this 1-to-3 ratio. Lastly, let's look at number C, or letter C, sorry. Find the coordinates of point V that divides the directed line segment from 2, 4 to 5, 10 and partitions the segment into a ratio of 3 sections to 2. So we're going to find our percent by doing this 3 over 3 plus 2. This number will always be in your numerator position. When we're setting up this ratio, we add them together to find our denominator. So 3 over 5, which is 0.6. That was step 1. Now we're going to do our rise over run. So we've got 10 minus 4, which is 6, over 5 minus 2, which is 3. These are my changes in y and my changes in x. So to find my x coordinate, we're going to take our run. Our run was 3 times our percentage, which is 0.6, plus the initial x value, which was 2. So that is going to be 1.8 plus 2. I'm getting 3.8 for my x coordinate. 3 times 6 is 18 decimal 1.8 plus 2 is 3.8. Let's look at our y. We're going to take our rise, which is 6 times 0.6, and add it to our initial y value, which is 4. 6 times 6 is 36, so that's going to be 3.6 plus 4. So I'm getting 7.6. So my ordered pair is 3.8, comma, 7.6. This one's not going to be as pretty, but we'll do it. Hoping I have enough spaces here. Sorry. So we're going to go over 2, up 4. And then I'm going to go over 5. And up to 10. So that's 6, 8, 10. I think that's right here. Three sections to 2. Okay. 3.8. See, this is 3. So 0.8 would be close to here. And 7.6. It's going to be 2, 4, 6, 7.6 probably. Right about here. So this would be about our 3 portion to about 2. So this is 3/5 of the way. This is 2/5 of the way. On to our wrap up of this lesson.